Hey everybody, it's Chanchai. Just thought I'd do some Saturday morning Virtua Fighter. I've been wanting to stream all week. It's been a busy week. My daughter has been pretty sick this week, so yeah, family's just been going through the sickness all for the last 2 weeks. But that said, I've been wanting to play ranked and haven't been able to. So I'll do that now, or I'll play room matches. Depends on if somebody asks me to play. But it's good. Let me hear how the voice sounds. Let's see here. Getting that here. Want to hear how this? Oh, there we go. Mic check. Want to hear how this? Oh, there we go. Okay, good. So we're sounding pretty good. Alright then, here we go. Let's fix our redirected sound though. Okay. Alright, so it's been a bit. Take a look at this really quick. Player data. I do need to change some costume. Alright, so 40 hours on here, about 105 hours in our Steam library says we're about 105 hours. So let's see. Excuse the coughing. My coughing has kind of come back a little bit since a week ago. Just on and off. It's not that often, but when it does, it's there. Feels like it's minor allergies, like either dust. Sometimes, once in a while, it feels like a post-nasal drip, but that's rare. So, that said, again, kids have been fighting illness, wife as well. So it's been quite a couple weeks. Hey, good to see you, Fora. How are you doing today? So let's change our character to. We're still doing Leon, but the costume. I still like the Type B the most. I have a weird looking couple Type A's. Type D is looking okay, but I need to change that. So let's try the last one. Let's see what we did with this one. All right, really good to see you, 4i. If you do want to spar sometime, let me know. But I'm gonna try a little bit of ranked for Saturday morning because it's usually a good day to do it. And then see if we loosen ourselves up with try to work on responsiveness first. So we'll let the AI kind of do everything, and then we'll just kind of look at it. All right. Can't evade that. You're locked. All right. Could not establish a match. All right. Look at the back turn stance. We're really tired this morning. Tired is good though. I actually think it's good to train yourself when you're tired. Partly because I believe in increasing performance floor. I know how frustrating that can be for a lot of people, but I feel like it's pretty good. That said, it is a good opportunity for people to snipe you. Alright, Booger, here we go. I think I fought them during PSN. But, you know, a lot of people can name themselves Booger, so let's see what we got. Alright. We're testing people's ability to stagger break. So don't be afraid to skill test your opponent. I know people worry about what's real and not real. I think what's real is whatever your opponent does. That's my view. And so a lot of times, I think that's kind of an unnecessary concern, as long as you know how to control your options, right? And that's the hard part. How do we control our options? So right now, I have a feeling of when their timing is to attack. That's why I'm able to kind of attack in the window when they're going to be like, when they're going to lose to it, right? So we're going to test out Booger. Well, we should have used that as an opportunity to guard punish, just to kind of sharpen ourselves, right? Alright. Good game, Booger. So we'll work on our training here. Little groggy, yeah. I hope those allergies don't make it over here. Well, this allergy season, so I can't promise you that it won't be there. So, while we're fighting with Booger, let's... Sometimes a player like this can surprise you, but for right now, we're gonna... Yeah, so the problem with Screw Hook, right, is it's... in that, right? So right now, that's very nice. I like that he wants the throw option. Very good defense. Good. Good. So right now we're missing a few things, and that's okay. Again, I'm playing this a little more casually, and I'm like, let's give Booger some more sparring. I like that choice. I like that choice. I was like, yeah, low kick will probably be sufficient here because their speed. Alright. So we just control space and time, right? But I like that. Go for the hard option there. Alright, let's work on defense. Good. They're not doing PPP anymore, which is a good thing. Alright. So if we're feeling groggy, we just respond with low punch with a low punch. If we're feeling sharp, or if we're feeling more standard, we want to get it to elbow, and then we'll move it up to like 17 frames if we're feeling sharp, right? Very nice, Booger. Alright, let's see. Very nice. We can take one more throw, right? Alright, good game, good game. No, I don't think that was punishable, though. I think this move is safe. It's actually like Nitaku on block, if I'm not mistaken. I found in my whopping 2 weeks of playing Wolf that deadly move is a curveball for a lot of folks, regardless of option. It is a good curveball, yeah. You need to know your opponent's flow to use. Wait, I'm thinking of Raw. What is deadly move? Which move is deadly move again? Remind me which move so I know we're talking about the same thing. I'm not good with move names. I apologize. Okay. Alright. I'll ask for what move is deadly move. Let's see. Alright, got an opponent. Let's see here. I'm glad that ad's running now, though, especially during that downtime. Alright, we got the Memute. Hello, Memute. Let's have some fun. Round one. Ready, go! We'll do a life lead, and then we'll watch how they play. So they have a pretty good flow. It's standard flow right now. A little stutter because they're on 2 frames, but our connection is a 5 frame. So PKP is going to catch a person right this until they get used to it. We'll train them on it. Good. You know the answer. You duck. Good. You know it's a duck there. Good. Oh, no problem, Booger. It was really good to see you. Well, we got to spar and work on it, you know? But you're doing, you know, we'll work on our games. I appreciate the matches, though. Alright, Memute is doing good. This connection is a little tough. But it is rollback, so we get to play at the same speed. We just have to make assumptions about what the attack really is doing. Steam is always popping off messages. That's okay. I just need to, like, make it so that it's muted. Okay, so 6 PKG or 4. So running is a deadly move. Yeah, it's really good, but it's just really takes the situation to use it is tough. Basically, in my opinion, moves like that. If you can get your opponent to be mentally stacked, then they're strong. that can sound like it's more of a win more kind of move, but really what it is it's how is your opponent playing. If your opponent's playing defensive, then they're pretty good, because then you're forced a guessing game. If your opponent is playing very aggressive, then you might get out-hit out of it, right? So it's more about sensing when that happens. Now, if you mentally stack your opponent, you'll usually get them on the defensive, unless they're like lashing out, right? And then if they're lashing out, then well, something like Deadly Move is not so good. But it's still fun to do, and it is strong. It's very strong. You actually used it at really good moments against me, so because I was more assessing. And so there's nothing wrong with, like, if you see me on stream going, well, let me see how they're playing. That means I might be playing more defensive or just standard flow. And that is your opportunity to do some plays around that, right? Because you are basing your play on what I'm doing. That's the important part. So, all right, here we go. Nice. They went with the attack here. Wasn't sure. Now, attack for me was a bad move there. All right, now let's give him a hard time. Very good. So this is punishing, not tech rolling. Alright, I like the tackle there. So right now they are attacking at dangerous time. Leon's uppercut is a really big move if you're attacking when the frames don't support your attacks, right? Just because the frames don't support your attacks doesn't mean that attacking is bad, but the decision to attack there has to be because you really think they're gonna do throw. But if you think that they're gonna attack, you definitely don't attack against frames, right? Attacking against frames, the only times you do it because you think they're gonna throw, because you have a move that beats specifically what you think they're gonna do. So if you do, like, if I think they're gonna do kick, I can do this against frames, right? And then if I, similar, like Aoi can do it, Vanessa can do it against everything, but she has to be very precise. She has to be very, very precise about what she's going to use for that. Alright. Good game, Memute. That was a really nice sparring session here. So, yeah. Yep, no problem. I understand. So, when I fought you, Booger, so Booger said, I was desperately trying anything that could come to mind. Yeah, so a lot of time I was attacking your rhythm. I was attacking, like, the decision speed. I do feel that you can get sharper at buffering, which is really important. A lot of people don't realize how fast you gotta do. So it's like when we block something, we attack right away, but we have to. But the problem is that right now, you against my Leon, you weren't sure what the range was yet either. So that gave you two disadvantages, right? So some common things we can do, if they do something like a crouching low kick or like a low kick, like a quick low kick to us, a very quick one, you can usually attack right away. But Leon is a little different. But when it comes to like characters like Brad or the standard cast, if they do that, then yeah, you can attack right away. Aside from that, when you block something big like a shoulder or a side kick, then that's when you want to, with Wolf, you want to force the Nitaku game there, where you do like a big mid or, you know, like shoulder ram, and then throw. But you have to do it really fast, right? Similar thing, if we do like an elbow crouch hit, the elbow, we have to make the choice pretty fast. Nice. Okay, so we're checking out how Grim Griefer is fighting here. We're gonna keep assessing this. Now, a move like AKIRA 6P into back, that stance, that is a difficult move to make work against a strong player. Against like it is strong early on, but against players that kind of know what's up with that back stance can be a big liability. So right now I took the hit there because I realized I evaded the wrong way, and I would rather take the hit than guard that thing. So when I see that AKIRA charge attack, so this is the problem with doing the stance right there. You can just see I just attacked him out of it, right? That's the real big problem with that stance. But it's also, even bigger than that, it can be evade punish pretty bad. So 6P is one of those moves that unfortunately is kind of a tougher move for AKIRA players to use. So it's almost, it's not a terrible move, but it's a very vulnerable move. It's got very specific uses. And so for a beginner, it's almost a trap, right? Because you can just see I'm just evading right there. Alright, so we're now kind of comfortable doing that. The funny thing about AKIRA 6KP is that it looks like it's circular. It's not, right? So, so right now, my defense is really hard for them to crack. And that's mainly because AKIRA has a hard time cracking defense until he starts throwing. Or using guard break too, but guard break now has become a little more complicated. So, if someone's, you got to attack the defend decision, and there's the defend decision is not just guard, but that's the main one, but also sidestepping, right? If two sides do not, if there's no damage happening, if no hits are happening, it does generally mean because nobody's throwing, right? And that's the downside to always thinking about turns, is if we just took our turns all day, we wouldn't hit each other. So we have to crack people open a bit, right? Nice. So right now I'm going to use spacing to kind of give him a hard time, because Leon's spacing game is good, and we don't think that they're using super dashing elbow yet. But we're going to give sparring, we're going to give these rounds a full spar. Let them work it out. So we'll show standard answers right now. Elbow, right? Elbow, right? Low punch back can work. Elbow. Anytime you have advantage, elbow back is good, especially against AKIRA. And it's because AKIRA can do other stuff too, right? So low. Now this was that they used a slower thing here. So normally, good. See, there's the throw, right? Look at the first damage he did against me was throw. Throwing is really important. Very good. Now, again, when you see, especially when you see AKIRA do this low kick, you have advantage. This low kick is on normal hit is just like a minus 2 or 4. Doesn't really matter for me. I just know that I can attack or throw right away. So I'm low punch in the throw, right? And then next we're going to do low punch in the uppercut. We'll see how they respond to it. Good. Good. This is because they're doing slower responses, and that's normal. Good. Very good. See, they're doing really good against low punch uppercut, right? Now, the weakness for them right now is low punch throw, but... And that's because we've determined that they're going to react with defending right away when they get hit by low punch, which is a good thing. That is a good thing they're doing. But this is a rock, paper, scissors game. So, hey, good to see you, 4i. I'm going to roll another ad really quick, and then so that we can kill the ads next. Alright, we're back with Grim Griefer. We're going to keep working this out because we're going to show them how to flow better. Good. Low punch, uppercut. Good, see? They've got this down. So we're going to start doing low punch throw just to train them. Low punch, throw. We're going to see if they get used to the attack decision here. Alright, so this next round we're going to do low punch into neutral throw, and we'll see how they respond to that. Low punch, neutral throw. Low punch, neutral throw. Right? This is not a meme thing. This is VF. So this is because they're not doing like dashing elbow or 3P. Because they're not doing dashing elbow or 3P in response to the low punch, then low punch kind of gets in there. But also, this is where attacking is good, right? Like if he gets hit with low punch, if this is all, there we go, right? If this is all I'm doing, then attacking would be pretty strong. Very good. See, he's gonna beat that. Let's see him do that. I like that. But now I'm just gonna crouch dash in. The reversals do eat the reversals are gonna eat the throw. This is the downside to a reversal, right? And so he's trying to find an answer. He does have some good answers. So what are good answers? If he targets the throw decision, he could just launch that. He could 3-3-P that and just say, I know you're going to throw. Now, again, I am playing as sort of a dummy here, but it's because I'm trying to illustrate this principle here. If you only do attack, defend, flow in this game, you will lose to throw. If all you do is attack, defend, like you do in a lot of other fighting games where throwing is bad, you're going to lose to this, right? Good. So now he's knowing that that mashing is viable, right? I'm not trying to say that you have to mash. You have to understand when to mash, right? Good. That was a good throw escape. That was good. So now we will elevate our game if he wins this round this way. Look at that. See? Now he's kind of knowing I need to mash there. He might be frustrated, but you guys can see how this is the clear answer, right? You got to fight how your opponent's playing you. And so how am I playing? Well, I realize that he has a good... He's got it. I'm using his good defense reaction to work. There we go. There we go. And so like, I'm not trying to meme this. This is not being meme. This is literally just core VF basic decision making. So see how now he's going to win this. And we're going to give him this round. So now we're going to switch it up, right? Now we're going to mix it up more, but we're going to use attacks a bit. Yeah, I'll definitely give... Very good. There we go. Look at that. But that said, he played that really well. He almost took that round, right? He's evolving his play, but he also knows that I am better than doing the low punch throw. Good. But again, now I adjust to how he plays. This is the core of VF. Adjust to how your opponent's playing. You got to fight the person in front of you, right? It's not just a recipe. It's not the recipes are how you make decisions. It's recipes applied to decision making. And so it's not like meme to just low punch, throw, low punch, mid. It's like, well, this is how you're playing, so I'm going to respond. And this is the most important thing about VF. You got to fight the opponent in front of you. And they did. So I give a lot of credit to Grim Grifter. That was much better, right? Now, of course, it got chaotic and they're kind of mashing, so now they're vulnerable to uppercut. But it was trying to be really clear about illustrating sometimes you just got to throw, right? If we just do attack defend all day, nothing will happen. This is the problem with turns, right? So then people go, well, stealing turns. Okay, yeah, it is. But honestly, you saw me do it like 5 rounds of throwing, right? Before he changed their mind. So I don't think it's stealing. I think it's just decision making. But I understand that turns is very appealing. And turns are really important in other fighting games. In Virtua Fighter... if you want to use it, sure, but I think you're biasing your options a little hard and you're not just looking straight at the opponent. So for me, when I look at Virtua Fighter, it's just decision making. This is what they do. This is what I'm going to do about what they do. This is why they're doing what they do. This is the things that motivate them to do these other things that they do. This is where they lose patience. This is where they gain patience. I'm attacking more on that. When you play most other fighting games, it is turns because there's really not many good options. Like, you better defend that. You can't attack that. You got to defend it. That's why it's a turn in those games. In this game, you have so many options that are good at -5, -8, -9. The only time that you feel locked is -10, and that's if your opponent throws at when you're -10. The only time you feel locked is when you're -12, and that's if your opponent does PK when you're -12. If they don't do that, it's still a turn. If they have a tendency to do like a big mid when you're -12, you get to totally evade that. You know what I mean? You still get to do a lot of other things against that. So you have to look at the decision making. And it's true that you look at decision making in other fighting games too. It's just more that like it's just more like almost every option is a bad option in the other fighting games. There's just a few really, really strong good options. So turns is a good way for you to funnel and just say these are the few good options. But in Virtua Fighter, there's like lots of actual good options. Backdash becomes a really good option if they're just like poking, right? But poking is so strong because it's fast and safe. So yeah. All right, let me see. Nova, are you ready? It is like 8 a.m. here. It's rare for me to be up this early, but I woke up early. I'm going to take my son to music lessons in an hour. So I only have a little bit of time to play. But later today, I might join a Kai's League this afternoon, about just kind of in the middle of that, but I have to take my son to music lessons first. So 100% Reaper. That is a great analogy. So the Rock Reaper says, true, there is no formula. This ain't classical music, it's jazz. Virtua Fighter is very much jazz, right? It is so jazz. It's a lot of call and response. How are we going to work with what the other person's feeding? How are we going to play around it? This game has a lot of what I call play. This game has a lot of play. And so you do that. And they were. My opponents were doing that. Booger was doing it. Grim Griever was doing it. And it's just they're doing it, you know, like I'm doing it at a higher level. I'm able to abstract it really quick what they're doing. But that's why I use the stream to help everybody see it, right? Because I want you guys to understand what this decision process is like. And that it's not as hard, but it can be hard to get in that mindset, you know. But it does make it more confusing. With more freedom, with more power and abilities, there's a lot more responsibility and a lot more consequence. That is scary. That's chaotic. But VF is chaotic, but there are some simple things you can do to cut through the chaos, right? And that's why I say the two basic ones, if you can fuzzy guard cuts through the chaos. If you have advantage, using a mid attack is going to cut through a lot of chaos. Why? Because it cuts out their attack decision, it narrows it down so much, and basically means you better defend or you better attack with the very specific thing, or use a very defensive technique, which is part of the defend category. But, you know, throwing is out of the question, and because I did a mid attack from advantage, then throwing is kind of out of the question. And then a lot of attacks are out of the question. So this does leave defense. It also leaves trapping the mid attack that I use. So there are ways to beat that mid attack. Just that now that's how we make it feel like the other fighting games where there's not many good options. Is by, okay, I have advantage, stick a mid attack. Why? They don't have many good options. You know? So that's the simple reason. That's how you make it feel more like turns in Virtua Fighter. Or you play as Jean and you hit them with 6 XP and do a mid-low mix-up there because they literally can't do anything but defend if you do that. No problem, Booger. I hope that made sense. I liked fighting your wolf. I want to see you grow too, and your wolf showed a lot of stuff, and you were really thinking about how to do this. So keep it up. I love that you're doing that. Dark Nova, are you there yet? I don't know if Dark Nova's there yet. I might have to do another. I might jump into ranked again. I'm gonna stick an ad just to get these ads out of the way. But feel free to message whatever. I'll message back if I see ads playing. I'll message back my response to whatever you guys are saying.
Round 2. Ready?
Yeah. So let's see. We've got Hitman. We got Hitman versus Ritalin. Oh, it's Ritalin. Okay, Ritalin. I can't read the last one. It's like Bay. Is it what? Baywat? I'm not sure, but we'll just call him Ritalin, even though it's Ritalin. Ritalin. But yeah, always happy to do the lessons. Virtua Fighter is just such a fun game, and when you can see the decisions, and when you get comfortable with the decisions, I think it's an amazing fighting game. I think this one just gives you so much more play, more options, and It doesn't make it better. It's just that that's what this game is good at, is high speed decision making and rapid decision making, because it's not forcing the same sequence over and over. You could do it, but there is a way to beat whatever they're doing. There's always multiple ways to beat whatever they're doing. Yeah. The doot doot doot. I'm gonna say laugh out loud on the doot 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 Overwatch ad. Doot doot doot. Hey, Tekken Land, it's so good to see you. How are you doing? How have you been doing? Are you excited about Season 2? How are you liking Tekken right now? Shout outs to Tekken Land. Follow them on Twitch. Tekken Land is a Tekken player from Singapore, and they played some VF as well, and so that's how I got to follow them. But I encourage everyone to follow Tekken Land and check out their stream sometime. You know, say hi to them. I really enjoyed watching them play, and also enjoyed. They've been very supportive in here, and I appreciate it so much. Congratulations on getting Sentinel. Congratulations. Awesome. I'm happy to hear you continue training VF. By the way, I don't mind sparring with you if you ever want to spar, work on some stuff, or see what you're at. You're probably pretty strong now. It's been a while since I watched you play, but you know, like, I think, are you still playing Sarah right now? Sarah is awesome. I plan to spar right now with one of my favorite, best North American Sarah players. Dark Nova. So Dark Nova might beat me up this morning. I don't think I'm really up to fighting them, but I want to fight them. So I'm going to train, and I don't care if I'm going to lose that. It's going to be a lot of fun. So now we're getting used to, like, we see Shun do 6P, so we kind of defend to watch if they do follow-up. If they do follow-up, we throw. If they do the 6PP follow-up, we throw. If they do other stuff, that's the one that we want to throw, right? And so we just kind of just watch what they do, get comfortable with the decisions. All right, let's see who we got here. Sarah is a lot of fun. I think eventually you'll like a lot of... Oh my god, we're fighting Rental on Raid. This is hard. I have to go real hard against Rental. I haven't fought Rental in like 2 months. This is going to be hard. Interesting. Good. I like this. So Rental is a very smart player, and to be honest, the odds would favor them right now. I haven't fought them this whole time. Very good. I like their half circular mix. I have nothing on it right now. Good meaty. All right, this is a little. They had so much to do. I think they got upset that they didn't punish this. I forgot which one I was. So he's punishing Abari so good. Yeah, this was my fault for doing a bad setup, and he just patiently waited. So this was awesome. I love fighting Rental, and I don't think I'm sharp enough to fight him, but I'm going to rematch him. And this is going to be a lot of fun, but I think this is going to sharpen me up, so I like it. So, all right, Rental, let's do it. We both went for the same opening. Very nice. I like that throw choice. And they went with neutral throw. I actually thought they would do back for some reason, so my gut said back. Yeah. I like this crouch into uppercut. I like the way they're watching. I really like the way they're watching. They're doing a lot of moves where they're trying to set up a read and they're trying to play reactively. It does set them up for certain stuff though. Like this. Good. My inputs is a little off though. Like this here should have been 66KK, but it came out as KK. I'm having a few of those, but that's on me. So I gotta move my controller to a position that's a little more comfortable and make adjustments. But really, really exciting matches. I love fighting rental. I can see, you know, we're doing decisions. I see. Nice. That was good. That was good. His decisions were aggressive, but they were really good ones. They were trying to beat counterplay. Good, he remembered. Good. Beautiful. That was awesome. He totally turned that around. He totally turned that around. This is so good. Alright, he used one of my plays, but that's his play too. Good. This is so much fun. That was really good. He completely owned me. That was a really good game. Thanks so much for that game, Rental. That was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. Let's see what everyone is saying though, and let's see if Dark Nova is ready. So, okay, because I might not be able to play Dark Nova if I have to wait longer because of having to take my son to music class. Let's see here. Hey, Giuseppe Swag, so good to see you. Great to have you here. So Booger asked, this might be a stupid question, and one that can be answered by chat, but are there VF characters that are particularly good at getting into a specific mentality to shore up any weakness one might have? I mean, yes and no. The thing is, the game is there's a strong foundation in the game, and so if there's a specific mentality maybe that you can play the characters how you want them, So if you have a certain mentality that you want to go with, there's probably a character that can do it. Might not be completely to your liking. Like, let's say you want to play Keep Away. Shun is really good at Keep Away. Jean is really good at Keep Away. You could do that. Now, eventually you need to learn how to play the guessing games. You need to learn how to deal with people forcing a guessing game on you. Because in VF, the guessing game is like so strong. It's like 80% of the game. So you have to learn how to play that eventually. Might not be right away, but eventually you'll have to. But at the same time, let's say you master the Keep Away game, or let's say you master the guessing game, eventually you're going to have to learn the Keep Away game, even with characters that are not the best at it. Because eventually it becomes a strong way to play against people that might be guessing better than you. Right? Virtua Fighter does have whiff punish like Tekken, but how do you play that? That one you need experience, because you need to be good at ducking highs. You need to be good at using backdash where it works really well, and then you need to be good at those things, and eventually being sharp enough to punish a throw whiff, which is hard. Doesn't mean you absolutely have to, but it means it helps like a lot. Those little things add up, but those become more of that 80% effort for the 20% gain, because the 20% effort for the 80% gain in this game is the guessing game. Whereas in Tekken, it's probably the Keep Away with punish game is probably 80%, and then the forced guessing becomes that optimizing that 20% in those games. I mean, that's an exaggeration. Because those games have it all, and Tekken 8 became very uncomfortable for a lot of Tekken players because they were forced into guessing right away. So the guessing became funneled into certain moments, right? Whereas in Virtua Fighter, the guessing's always happening, but there's just a lot of robust choices on both sides. It doesn't feel like win or lose so badly. It feels like, I can kind of hack this. I can find a way to punish their guess, the way they're mixing me up. I think there's a way to beat that, you know? And so in Virtua Fighter, like, the mid-low mix-up has a trouble if it's not paired with half circular or circular, because evade becomes a way to beat both. If there's a way to evade both the mid and the low, that's not a mix-up anymore, you know? So VF has a lot of these little details like that within these, like, I'm going to play and I'm going to do these two big things. Okay, let me see if I can find a way to mess with that, or to lower the damage of both, you know. So it's a good question, Booger. That was a really good question. But certain characters give certain mindset, right? If you play AKIRA, you want to learn how to use that principle of mids and that principle of fuzzy guard. You want to get really good at that with AKIRA, and then you want to learn how to use your throws and super dashing elbow as like delay attacks to punish sidestep attempts. That's more complicated, but AKIRA is kind of like the can train you hard on that, but you might die a lot learning that too as AKIRA. So yeah. So punishing a Bari, the way to punish a Bari is to figure out where they do a Bari, and then use the attack that's like your fast counter hit tool, your counter hit launcher. Counter hit tools like Jackie's uppercut, like Leon's uppercut, like Jean's 4K. Counter hit tools are how you punish people that attack too much. They get weaker when people stop attacking. They get a lot weaker when people stop attacking. But they are strong against people that like to attack a lot. So, and then that changes a lot of how you use the move list. So that uppercut is your way to punish a Bari. You're like, and Rental Animator sets up an interesting type of a Bari for me, because he knows that I'm trying to watch what's going on, and that I might have a lag time, and it's what I do too. You'll see me do low punch into, like, they guard the low punch and I do the uppercut, because they're trying to respond carefully and they're thinking heavily about what I'm doing. So now it's like, now the uppercut's going to punish them for being a little later, because they're trying to play much more in a responsive manner against strong players. Against weaker players, I don't do that play as much. I do it sometimes, but that's only because that they're not buffering. But if they were buffering, it totally beats that. If I block the low punch and I buffer sidekick right away, it would beat that uppercut. So, yeah. Okay, so what do you do if you have slow decision making? You practice, you train against AI, you practice in rank 2, but you if you have slow decision making, you do need to kind of learn general stuff about the game and why certain stuff works. So you practice stuff like how to respond to. You might have to change which options you do. So you might have to use fast, like you might have to use the low punch, the high punch, and the elbow a little more into setting up. You slow the game by using those tools effectively, but you can't mash them. It's just more simply that, okay, I block, I'm going to do an elbow. You gotta, if you get sharp at doing that though, it will help your other stuff. It will help you slow down the play. But ultimately you have to practice those things. You have to practice, I'm going to block this elbow. I'm going to elbow right back right away. And that's, it sounds weird because that's a fast thing to do. But in Virtua Fighter, that's how you slow the game down so you can make simpler decisions. But then when people play tricky, that's when it's hard, right? But those basics that we taught, when I showed you low punch into uppercut, low punch into throw, that is actually a technique for playing a much simpler game so that I can have time to kind of catch up and think about what to do. So if you get sharper at that, which you can do against the AI, you can practice your low punch mix-up, being able to capably do both at will, even if you're going to lose it. Just understand that losing it, the other way to get faster at playing is to not get upset or frustrated when you get hit. If you can get numb to being hit, and this is training against the AI helps you with this, it can help you make your decisions a little better. If you're just watching it and you're just looking at when you get hit, it's just a number. It's some damage, but it's not real life damage. So it's not real life trauma. But I'm getting hit. What can I do here? You know, can I evade? Can I guard? Should I attack because they're throwing? Are they throwing? You don't even have to. It's not even should I attack. It's like, are they throwing? And if you haven't seen the throw yet, you don't have to worry about it. But it's just more of, okay, I should guard. Evade seems to work good. If they're playing slow, then sometimes it's just attacking back because they're playing slow. Practicing buffering is going to... If you get used to how the buffer works in this game, that actually sharpens your game significantly and allows you to kind of see what people are and are not doing a little better. So I can't emphasize it enough. It sounds so arbitrary, but it's really important. Okay, cool. Nova has made a room. Sorry, it took me forever to get there. Alright, Nova, let's do it. Okay, I'm going to join the room. Alright. Thanks for your patience, Nova. Zeros. Okay, room is gone. Let's see what the new room is. Okay. I could not do the room, Nova. Unable to find room. Can you, I'll create a room. You create the room. I'm going to toss an ad. Okay, welcome back from the ad break. Let me change my character costume. So I had a good question about you know, people did ask for articles on the buffer. You can read the virtuafighter.com wiki, but there's two drills I like to do. Juicebox has a video. Check out Juicebox's Virtua Fighter videos. One of them is basically, there's the jab and the elbow drill. So you want to do jab, and then the opponent, and you set the AI to guard and low punch, and you do jab, PG, punch, and then guard cancel it. Guard cancel is really important part of the lesson. You need to learn that, and then do elbow. And generally, unless you're shun, that thing works, right? Second, there's a drill I like to do called where it's the 2P drill. You record the AI, dash to you, and then do low punch 2 times in a row really quick, and then record it, dash into you again, low punch again. Have it repeat and do this like 2 or 3 or 4 times, whatever. And what you do during this drill is you block the first low punch and you respond right away with a mid attack that will beat it. You can do as much as a 17 frame attack if you get used to doing this. This will teach you how to, because the low punch when it's guarded is -5, but you have to buffer, you have to input early. You need to finish inputting your next move by the time that white spark that comes off of the guard disappears. And so this trains you about how fast VF wants you to play. It trains you to see that VF actually wants you to input quickly. And what you want to do is watch your opponent do the low punch animation. Watch them before the hit. Learn how to watch your opponent at all times. Because what you do is in this game, instead of watching for the hit, watch for the startup frames. Watch for them doing the low punch to you. Now this is hard. This drill is meant to be hard, but it is meant to show you what buffering really is in this game and how fast this game prefers you play. Now it is using a hard one. In a real match, it will be hard for you to do this for a while. But once you get the hang of it, you become so much sharper. And it becomes clear to you which opponents are doing it, which opponents are not. And then also, you start playing the game, you start understanding the decision-making flow of this game. It's really important. So this low punch drill. Record the AI, dash into you, low punch, dash into you, low punch, dash into you, low punch. Block the first low punch, and then do like a mid to beat the second one. And if you do as much as a 17 frame mid, that's a really great practice just to train you. In real matches, respond by doing a low punch back because it gives you more margin of error. And then when you're good at doing the low punch back, start doing the elbow back, the 6P. It's really good, really important. That one is the real answer. The standard answer is, can you elbow me back when you block my low punch? And this is a hard thing to do. It really is. But when you get used to it, it becomes much easier over time. That is something to practice against the AI, practice and do it in your matches. The sooner you get good at that, the better. And a character like Wolf can do a lot of options here, actually. So, yeah. So I encourage you to keep practicing that. All right, Nova, let's do it. Let's play. Thanks for your patience this time. And let's see how this goes. Again, I'm not feeling the sharpest this morning, but I'm having a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun fighting Rental Animator. They won the day. But it's always a fun battle with them, and a lot of craftiness when Leon's involved. Leon mirror match is really, it gets very scary because it can go quickly into crush territory. All right, let's polish our rust. Both of us do need more match training. Blurring, so good to see you. All right, here we go. Yeah, there's no good options here. The good thing is this spear is a really good spear. There it is. Oh, it's so good. They're remembering the setup now.
Ready, go!
Yeah. You missed like 2 of those tech rolls. They're hard tech rolls to tech, so I think they are. I gotta train against it. All right, we're really warming up here. We're remembering all these options. So.
I want a serious fight.
The problem with Leon's options, though, is that the options I'm using are very high risk. So Leon has really good options, though. Just a lot of risk too. That is also why Leon versus Leon is very explosive. Very good. Very good. Did the job. Got it. Very good throw. KP is so good, by the way. So KP is amazing because KP will punish evading to the back. It's so strong. Now I should punish that more, but I'm not ready for it right now. Punish is one of the things I'm actually not that good at because Leon himself is not good at punish. And so, like, his punishes are really weak to where sometimes you kind of feel like you rather did the mix-up. But that case he can punish, so I have to think about it better. That's guaranteed, okay. So we're encouraging them to do P2KKKK more. The problem with doing the Sabaki option is P2KKK is like a lot of damage to eat, and so. Very good. I was hoping to do a double evade here. They need to get better at doing the other side mix-up. The other side throw mix-up. Because that would have won there. Ah, that sucks. And we got to deal with strings, and that's good. This is what I like about training with Nova especially. This one got away with murder.
Ready, go!
Very good.
Round 4.
Hey Dom, so good to see you. Dom presses buttons. Good. It's got the meaty timing down. Alright, we tried to cheese it. Doesn't work. It's really good. They beat these options good. That was an excellent game.
Better run home to Mama now.
How have you been doing? There's a bit in control part of the wiki, yeah. I have... Okay, you're talking about the controls. Like the controls of the game.
Round 2. Ready,
Good. Oh, so good. That was superb.
round 3.
Hey, Elson, good to see you. Nice. I was hoping to evade dash. Dash evade that.
Round 4.
Awesome, Dom. So good. I can bound that. Oh, that was good. Always a really good time. It's then. Thank you.
My time is here.
Alright, what did people say? Got away with murder indeed, Chanchai. Good evening to you, Jason, and the good folks watching. I just got home and will be playing some games with VFA folks, the Virtua Fighter Australia folks. Almost 1 a.m. in Perth. Awesome. Managed to have some fun matches with numbers last night. Got the folks at VFA watching. Awesome. So much fun and intensity. Keep in touch and much love to you and awesome folks in the USA. Play Virtua Fighter. Hey, couldn't say it better myself. Thanks so much, Elson. Thanks for stopping by. Get good rest. And I love that you're getting lots of awesome Virtua Fighter action in Australia. It's wonderful.
Ready, go!
I see. Good. Good punish. There we go. So now they're controlling me more. And that's really good here, to sweep into the mid. It's really good.
Round 2. Ready, go!
Alright.
Round 3. Ready, go!
Nice. Oh, the Sabaki's too early. So that's what I like about that move too. Is that move is so slow that it can actually deal with a lot of things and can mess with a lot of tempo. I see.
Round 5. Ready, go!
Good meaties. So good. Respect the meaties. I see. Alright, let me hit an ad really quick.
You'll never be a match for me.
See here. Okay. Okay, cool. So Noah's just waiting for the ad to finish before continuing. Sounds good. All right, we're back. So we're gonna go ahead and do this. So the ad should be done, I think. But Nova will hit the ready button when the ads are done. So good stuff. Good stuff. Let's see here. Alright, here we go. I think we're good. No, I guess the ads are still running. Alright, here we're back. Okay, so we are back. The ad seems to have been finished. I appreciate Nova giving me a check on when that's done. Yep, sounds really, really good. Alright, here we go.
Round 1. Ready, go!
I like this. I like this too. I see. Excellent. Good choice. Good choice. Good choice. All right.
Ready, go!
These are really sharp answers. I love it. This is Nova's woken up. Nova's woken up. I like it so much. All right, let's see if we can wake up to this too. Oh my god, look at that. I love that stupid move. It's like I see the low. I love this too. No range. Just waiting for... Okay, the tempo is still something to get used to as well as being in the proper state of flow. It is tough tempo. This tempo is real. But once I locked in sync a few times, I go, okay, I'm getting it. Sweet. It's a wonderful feeling. You'll get there. Hang in there. You've got this, Dom. You've got this. Dom presses buttons. You've got this.
Round 2. Ready, go!
It's completely owned here. Good choices. Really good.
Ready, go!
Didn't expect the flip kick. Really good. Oh, I thought that was going to be clever there.
Round one. Ready, go!
Very good. Double low punch.
Round two. Ready, go!
Oh man, I was hoping I can hit that. Too slow of an attack, has to be faster.
Ready, go! Knockout. Round four. Ready, go!
Very good. I like that low block. That meaty was perfect. That meaty was really, really good. I was actually trying to crush low, but the meaty killed it. Need the fuzzy attack there.
Bring out.
And I think I mentioned, Dom presses button says, and I think I mentioned before, but I introduced a friend to VF last month. It was fun to see the evolution of skill in real time from both of us. 100%. And it's the best way to play this game. The best way to play this game. Play it with a friend, play it with somebody that's growing along with you. It's the real best. So that's amazing, Dom. Keep that up.
Round two. Ready, go!
Yep, -6 can't beat throw. Ah, it's back throws her wall throw. It's okay. That was a really good choice, though.
Ready, go!
Oh, that was so good. I love that. So cool.
Ready, go! Excellent!
Almost. A little too slow. That was really good. Alright.
I've got great
This is a lot of fun.
cut zip.
Alright. After this game, we'll roll another ad, and then we'll be able to play. Well, maybe not. We don't have much fruit time. Man, so good.
Round two. Ready, go!
Good choice.
Knockout.
Very good choice here.
Ready, go! Ring out. Round four. Ready, go! Knockout.
Very good choice. Very good. It's a little desperate, but it was the right choice.
Ready, go! Knockout.
That was intense. Really good game. This will probably next one's gonna be the last one, but it was so much fun. But I have to go take my son to music lessons, so we'll do one more, and then. But I want to spar some more later. But this was so much fun. We got 5-5. We're gonna do. This is a blast. So thanks so much, Nova. I appreciate it. I'll be back on a little later.
Round one. Ready, go! Knockout. Round two. Ready, go! Knockout. Round three. Ready, go!
KK punish. Good game, Nova. No, Tekken Land, I'll answer your question before I go. Nova, thanks so much for the battle. That was intense. Really good sparring session as always. Let's spar some more. And then I'm going to answer Tekken Land's question before I go. Thanks so much, Nova. I love fighting you always. And don't worry, I'll be available. But I'll be able to play more later today. So, Tekken Land, your question is, the purpose of 3-button sidestep, which is offensive move, you're asking if it is to get away from ring out. No, it is actually, I'm going to show you exactly what it is. Okay? First, I have to explain the normal sidestep again to everybody. So we're going to do that. So, because we want to explain exactly what's going on here. Okay? So I'm going to set the AI to guard and then counterattack with like a mid. Okay? Just to show as a refresher what happens, right? So we do this and we sidestep, right? This is normal sidestep. We call defensive move, right? Okay, when we do normal sidestep and we do it, now when I attack, you see how I get side hit? If you look in the bottom left corner, when I make contact to them after they evade, they're in side turn state, right? So because they're in side turn state, this is a powerful state. You have better frame data. When your opponent is in side turn, your attacks are better. Your throw mix-up is kind of worse, but your attacks are better. So that puts them in sidestep, and evading, sidestepping is the way to do that from defense, because in this game, when you evade, your opponent has to already be attacking. If I watch this fail, I'm going to do high punch. See how it's +2? If I do +2 and I evade, I will fail. See? This is fail, 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 right? Low punch though, they block the low punch on -5, I evade. Why? Because when I do the evade, when I do the sidestep, they need to already be attacking for it to even have a chance to work. If I evade before they attack, it will fail automatically. It will be this cancelable step. This step is the bad sidestep. This is failed evade. Successful evade is this, right? This is successful evade, right? Right? This is successful evade. This is because I'm buffering the evade when I'm minus. And the AI is attacking right away. So the AI is attacking me 5 frames before I could even sidestep. Yes, so there's a sound wave successful evade. So the important thing is that when you sidestep, you're invincible for like 23 frames. Your opponent's attack right away is going to miss. So it's not so much that you avoided the attack, it's you're invincible. It's like parrying in Third Strike. That's what evade is like in Virtua Fighter, okay? So this is successful evade, and you get that sound, right? Now, here's the thing. Offensive move, the one you asked. I tap down, I cancel a failed evade into all 3. This is offensive move. What is this good for? So first I'm going to tell you, this offensive move, it loses to attack. This offensive move, it loses to throw. If they're going to attack me, I don't want to do this. I will get hit. If they're going to throw me, I don't want to do this. I'm going to get hit. This might sound very confusing. So what is offensive move good for? Well, I want to do it when they're not going to attack and when they're not going to throw. So let's say they do fuzzy guard. I can do it when they fuzzy guard. So, and why would I want to do it? Because remember, the benefit to successful evade, or what is called in the system defensive move, is like I put them in side turn. If you use offensive move, it is side hit. So if I do offensive move, it's a side hit. They're in side turn for doing nothing. I get side turn for free. And okay, so here's an example I wanted you to see, okay? Let's look at the benefit of side turn, okay? You see right now, they guard +2, okay. If I do offensive, my frame advantage will improve. Side turn, jab, +4. Okay, now, let's say I do elbow, -5. Offensive move, elbow, -2. Okay, and then let's say side kick, -7. Offensive move, side kick, -4. The frame data gets better. And if you want to see something really crazy, This is hard with Leon. I should do with Akira. It's better to show. Jeffrey is really the one to show. So Jeffrey is the one to really show this. Yeah. So in Virtua Fighter, the sidestepping is a function. It's like defensive technique. But offensive move is the way to get, like, if the opponent is not attacking or throwing, now, so low level, masher, don't do offensive move. Higher level, they are watching, they're reacting, they're not attacking so much, they wait for you to make mistake, so you get to do offensive move against them. It's strong at a higher level. So, Jeffrey, we're going to set the CPU to guard. Okay. You see the knee, minus 15, very punishable. Offensive move, knee, minus 9. Right? Why? The base damage of it's based on the base damage of the attack. So Jeffrey's jab is only 11 damage. When I do offensive move and I do when I attack the side with jab, normally it's plus 5, but for any attack that is less than 15 damage, it will improve against side turn opponent. It will be plus 2. The frame data will change plus 2. If I do an attack that is 15 to 24 damage, less than 25 but more than 14, then the attack will do plus 3. But if I do 25 plus damage, this is 30 damage attack, it will become plus 6. So it becomes suddenly it becomes safe. Right? It's really crazy, right? So the thing is normally, let's say CPU setting, guard, okay, guard and counterattack 1. It's going to jab me, right? If I do this, no matter what I do, I cannot block this, right? Guaranteed, right? So now I can crush the low punch, right, from the side because I'm minus 9, right? And then throw. Throw is another similar case, right? So throw, guard, and counterattack with the throw, right? Throw is 10 frames in this game. So no matter what, I hit the button, I'm going to lose, right? So watch me do this, right? Now I do this, mash punch. I'm going to get thrown, right? This, okay. So now I do it from side to when they're in side turn now. See? Because he need 10 frame to throw for guaranteed throw, right? So I can, I can do like, let me do the knee again because that'll be the fun one. I'm doing too slow. Why am I doing too slow? Fine. We'll do that. But generally, yeah, so you get the idea. That's weird. That is really something else. That there's a startup frame. That's really weird. That there's like extra time. But offensive move into it, yeah. So it's like... Right? So the frame data will change. This game's side turn system, if you ask even players that liked Virtua Fighter 4 Final Tune or Virtua Fighter 4 Evolution more than Final Showdown, if you ask them the thing that they love the most about Final Showdown, it's this side turn system. Because the side turn system changed a lot of things. And so, again, if we do... Yeah, so now it makes sense. This is the purpose of offensive move. Offensive move is you use it against somebody that's going to not attack or not throw. And when you come from other fighting game, you're like, when is that? And it's like, well, when they're reacting, when they do fuzzy guard, when they do defensive technique, when they're really minus, when they wake up. So the other use for the offensive move then is also, yeah, Okizemi, to set them up so that you get them in side turn right away. And then also reposition, yes. But it's not, it's kind of weak, but it is good when they're knocked down, then you can do this pretty good to reposition. So yeah, it is a good use to use it that way too. This sidestep system is very weird. It came from VF4, but I really like it. Virtua Fighter 3, that's the game that plays more like Tekken, and it has the sidestepping that's similar to Tekken. I think it's stronger than even Tekken, but the sidestepping in VF3 is so powerful. But that one had a manual sidestepping. But in Virtua Fighter, we use a sidestep similar to like parrying. We use it as like, okay, as basically sidestepping give you a better punish than guard, actually, against big attacks, right? Against really big attacks, sidestepping gives you a much bigger reward. If against big move, against small move, no, but against like a big move, it give you a big reward. So like if the opponent does launcher, you can guard punish. Guard punish might do like less damage, but if you do evade punish, you will probably do the same damage, maybe more damage, if you evade punish the launcher than what they threaten to do to you. It's a very interesting thing about modern Virtua Fighter. So I call it modern Virtua Fighter. So however, that's why at a higher level, players start to delay. They start to not attack right away, because if you evade first and then they attack you, you get hit. You know, so it gets a little more complicated, but I think you will love it when you get used to it, and I think you will like the system. But it is different thinking than the way you use in Tekken. Yeah, but the more experience you get, the more fun. It's really fun. Like it gives you lots of options, but it makes things scary. And you know, when you see me do evade canceling into crouch dash, that's like an option select, because the successful evade cannot be canceled by the crouch dash. So I will get a successful evade if it's successful evade. But if it's failed evade, the crouch dash reduces my vulnerability, and it makes it hard to hit me with a high attack. But also, like, I have a chance to block if it's a really slow attack. I can still, because I canceled the failed evade into a crouch dash, and then the forward crouch dash can like guard almost right up pretty quickly. So I can, if they do a slow mid attack, I can still guard it if I react. And if I see that I duck the high attack, I can, you know, whiff punish. And but it will lose to throw, because throwing beats sidestep in this game.
Ready, go!
Yeah, Incident, we should definitely spar soon. You do such good stuff too. Alright, I am gonna head out. I'm gonna go ahead and raid somebody. And Tekken Lamb, thank you so much for your support. Incident, thank you for your support. Let's go ahead and raid someone, because I really gotta take my son to his music lesson. My wife's gonna kill me in a sec. So right now, oh awesome. We got Bronx Jackie was here and they did support, and Mister is also here and they're awesome. So this is tough. And we got the Rock Reaper. This is a hard choice, but because all three of these players are people I want to support like a lot. Right now, I'm going to support the Rock Reaper. They always contribute to the chats. I don't think I've raided Rock Reaper in a long time, so I got to do that. Bronx Jackie, you were also on the list, but we're going to go ahead and raid the Rock Reaper today. Mister is awesome. He's a very strong player from EU. The Rock Reaper is a very strong player from US. And Bronx Jackie is an awesome player who is just so much fun. He's got so much personality and good community vibes, and also fun to watch their journey. But today we're going to raid the Rock Reaper, who's going to be playing quite a bit of VF today. So everyone say hi to Rock Reaper and tell him that I said thanks for the support, but I got to go take care of my son. But the Rock Reaper's L-Blade is so much fun to follow. So strong, so good. And he's playing an awesome first to 10 with Grimace, so, or first to 8 or whatever that is. So yeah, enjoy. Yeah, follow Bronx Jackie, please. Need to go back and do that. Alright, cheers everyone. Thanks so much.